Hi folks, Mrs. Matheson here with the digestive system. Sorry about the echo. I'm working on this. I don't know why it keeps sounding like this, but hopefully by my next recording it will be better. Okay, so digestive system, here we go. Hope everyone's doing well. So we have two main parts of the digestive system. We have the gastrointestinal tract and the accessory tract. The GI tract, that's the shortcut for gastrointestinal, also known as the alimentary canal, in case you read that in your book, it's the same thing, is everything that touches food from beginning to end, from entry to exit. Okay? So with that, there's four main parts. We have function 1, ingestion, which is what you take into your body, the process of body intaking food. Function 2, digestion, so the process which your body breaks the food down into smaller pieces. Function 3, absorption, and this is where your body is absorbing the food via the small intestine, right here. Over here, this is the small intestine. That's where the food is actually absorbed. The nutrients are taken out of the food, and the red blood cells come along and get those nutrients. Bring it to the rest of the body. And then 4 is elimination, the process of excreting the waste materials. So if you ever have a problem with anything along your digestive gastrointestinal tract, you would need to see a GI doctor. During these 4 processes, these are the 5 main organs you'll come in contact with. The first one is the mouth. Here food is chewed, moistened, and saliva lubricates it. And in that saliva, there's special enzymes made by the salivary glands to make it easier to swallow. So try this sometime. Try it with some crackers. You'll notice there's not much to swallow because in your mouth there's digestion happening in your mouth chemically with enzymes and mechanically by breaking it down with your teeth. Okay? That's organ 1. Organ 2 is the esophagus. So this is right here, this long tube from the mouth to the stomach. That's called the esophagus. How does the food get down there? Well, these muscle contractions called peristalsis that helps bring the food down to the stomach. Organ 3 is the stomach, right here. Here, food is further broken down by acids and enzymes. Remember hydrochloric acid? We did that pH lab with the hydrochloric acid is like 1 on the pH scale, very acidic, and that helps break down food. Enzymes also help break down the food. How does the stomach prevent itself from breaking down itself? Well, that's this mucus. Okay, there's a lining of mucus in the stomach that stops the stomach from digesting itself. Once the food is broken down, it creates this paste called chyme, and then it's released into the duodenum via the pyloric sphincter valve. So after the stomach, we have the organ 4, small intestine. Although it's small, it's long. It's the longer of the two, but it's smaller in diameter. And it's 23 feet long, and it is lined with this special material called villi, right here. This is the villi. This is where the red blood cells come in and take the nutrients right from the food. So this is where main absorption takes place, in the small intestine. Okay? If you ever have a problem with your villi, you might have a problem with, say, if you have celiac disease. People with celiac disease, they can't digest gluten, and gluten actually tears down the villi, and that's why it's such a serious allergy, because you can't actually digest anything from food if you don't have the villi working properly. The main function of the small intestine is to secrete chemicals, break down food, carry the nutrients away to the bloodstream. In one word, absorption. Thanks, Homer. Organ 5, large intestine. It's 7 feet long. And it secretes mucus. Main job here is to absorb water. That's the biggest job for the large intestine. It continues to digest those things with its bacteria. Small little bacteria called E. coli actually does a good job here in the large intestine, helping further digestion. You have different parts to the large intestine. This whole thing is the large intestine right here, also known as the colon. You have the 3 parts of the colon, the rectum, and then finally the anus down there. Now the next organs are equally important. Even though they're called accessory organs, they're still pretty important. They just don't directly touch the food. First one is salivary glands. So they actually produce the saliva and the enzymes for your mouth to start the digestive process so that it can go down, the food can go down the esophagus easier. Organ 2 is the liver. Notice all these jobs for the liver. Liver does a lot. Liver is super important. You can't live without your liver. So first thing is blood glucose levels. It maintains your glucose levels. Remember glucose? Y'all need glucose to survive. You need your carbohydrates. It also breaks down lipids and fats. It helps to metabolize proteins, which is breaking down proteins. It stores vitamins. It destroys damaged RBCs. It removes toxins. So everything you take into your body that's foreign or toxic, whether it's alcohol or prescription drugs, it still needs to be filtered through the liver. And also it secretes the bile. So here's the liver here. This is the gallbladder. These two work hand in hand, by the way. The gallbladder comes next. That bile that was produced in the liver gets stored here in the gallbladder, right there. Okay? People ask, can you live without your gallbladder? Well, you can. It is one of those organs you need, and it does a job. But if you do get your gallbladder removed, your body can find another way to break down the fats, because that's the job of the bile that's stored there, is to break down fat. Organ 4 is the pancreas. This is super important. Where is it? Right here. This is super important organ. This is one you cannot live without. One of the most serious cancers out there is pancreatic cancer. So what's the job of the pancreas? It secretes insulin and pancreatic amylase, which is something that helps to break down sugars and carbohydrates. That's a special enzyme. And the pancreatic juice also breaks down fat. So just think of the sugars you need in your body, your carbohydrates that you need. If your pancreas isn't working right to help digest these important carbohydrates you need, then you're not going to have a very good life. So you have to make sure your pancreas is working properly to do these things. So super important organ. Essential nutrients, materials in your body, you cannot produce. So you need to get them from food, vitamins, whatever. First, we have essential fatty acids. Some fatty acids your body cannot make, like linoleic acid. Remember those phospholipids we learned about early in the year in the cell membrane? Well, those are something you need to get from foods, because that's like a good cholesterol that helps. Essential amino acids, you can make 12, leaving 8 that you need to consume. So these are considered the 8 essential amino acids, right there. Vitamins, you can get these, at the store, CVS or wherever. There's water-soluble ones, the B's, the C's, and then there's fat-soluble ones, A, D, E, and K. And finally, your minerals. Those important minerals that you need, like calcium, for example. Again, you can get those from the vitamins in a bottle or from food you eat. And that's the digestive system, folks. Any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to email me.